Yes, Ohio is in play, and one of the guys who's really helping it make Ohio in play is one of the most progressive members of the United States Senate, one of the best members, one of the best senators we have. We, the people of the United States, have representing all of us. And, of course, those of you listening in Ohio know that he especially represents you. Sherrod Brown, Senator Sherrod Brown, his website, Sherrod, Sherrod, Brown, BROWN.com is his website. Senator Brown, welcome back to the program.
Good to be here. Thanks. You're one of the best radio guys in the country. All right.
Well, bless you. Thank you. I understand.
I love, I'm not just blowing smoke here, but, you bring an historical perspective that most people don't. I remember one time I was on, you mentioned a letter between Dwight Eisenhower and his brother, and you bring in things that are really important to understand the context of, knowing how the insurance companies and the right wing fought against the creation of Medicare, or fought against the creation of Social Security, tells us so much about what they're doing now. They've never liked this stuff. And you bring that in, and that's really important. So thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. And in fact, in that letter, Eisenhower did call out the Hunt brothers and H.L. Hunt specifically by name, and the other oil millionaires in Texas whose number was small and they were stupid. Senator Brown, I understand that there's a new Crossroads GPS ad that has rolled out in Ohio. This has pushed the outside spending to over $19.6 million, coming up on $20 million in outside spending. And I'm just curious, increasingly, I mean, I live here in D.C., and so we get the over-the-air television that comes out of Virginia, which is considered a swing state, and so we're just constantly barraged with all these political ads. And so many of them end with this ad brought to you by Crossroads or Crossroads GPS or whatever it is. And it seems to me, mentally, as soon as I hear that, I just go, Karl Rove, it's a lie. And I'm wondering if you're getting that kind of feedback, not necessarily just to pick on Karl Rove, but if you're getting that kind of feedback that all of this almost $20 million worth of negative ads against you are starting to not just wear on people, but cause people to say, damn it, I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense.
Yeah, I think it's doing a couple things. First, I think when people see a whole lot of money coming in against one person and they don't really know who the groups are, or what the Concerned Women of America or Crossroads or 60 Plus or groups like that, I think they start thinking, where's all this money coming from? Who are these people, and why are they doing this?
Right.
And that's that's an important step in a democracy, because then they're thinking, well, if this guy stands up to the oil companies, or this guy stands up to Wall Street, he's somebody we want to vote for. And I think the public's starting to see that. And the part about lying, I mean, this crowd, I mean, it's almost, my opponent is a sort of a Karl Rove understudy. Rove's a mentor to him, and they have sort of the same ethics, and they don't really think it matters what FactCheck or PolitiFact.org says, or those groups that are nonpartisan and rate truth and falseness. They have something called pants on fire for those that kind of lie the most, the most willful lie, if you will. And what happens then is, I mean, my guy's gotten more pants on fire than any Senate candidate in the country.
Really?
And he doesn't seem to care. Yeah, he's gotten something like 9 or 10 faults or pants on fire, and the voters over time figure that out. I mean, voters aren't reading newspapers enough, perhaps, but they're figuring this out, and we're helping them figure it out, because we want to know this guy doesn't have much proclivity to tell the truth, and that's we use our website for that. We use some TV advertisements for that. Our friends talk about it, and our organization talks about it.
Well, this is, you said you like history. Let me just share this with you very quickly here. This is Franklin Delano Roosevelt from the election of 1944. He said that the Republicans were borrowing a technique from Europe, and he just lays this out. And it sounds like the same thing is happening to you in Ohio. Here he is. It's just a 20-second clip. Here he is.
Remember, a number of years ago, there was a book.
A book.
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf.
Written by Hitler himself.
Hitler himself.
The technique was all set out in Hitler's book, and it was copied by the aggressors of Italy and Japan. According to that technique, you should never use a small falsehood.
Never use a small falsehood.
Always a big one.
Always a big one.
For its very fantastic nature would make it more credible. if only you keep repeating it over and over and over again.
And then the clip goes on where he goes off on the Republicans for doing that in the race. It's let's strip Hitler out of this, because the old saying, whoever mentions Hitler loses. Although FDR certainly had the right to. I mean, this is. But how do you stand up to ads that are pants on fire ads that have lies in them?
Well, sometimes you point it out. I mean, you pointed out perhaps an ad. There's been 3 newspapers in Ohio that it's written about this a good bit. None of the 3 endorsed me in my 2006 race. One is perhaps the most conservative paper in the state, the Columbus Dispatch, and they have said that's what his campaign's all about. It's about not telling the truth. It's about distortion. One newspaper said, "How low can Mandel go?" And that was a newspaper, again, that just endorsed me this week, but endorsed my opponent 6 years ago. So it's not some Trotskyite paper that's writing this. It's very much a mainstream paper, and they're pointing that out. And I think the voters, the voters are sometimes just a little suspicious about all the things that these people are saying, and I think that the time's catching up with them. I think that's why you're seeing polls start to look a little better.
Yeah, well, and certainly they should. We're talking with Senator Sherrod Brown, sherrodbrown.com, the website. If you want to find out what's going on with his race and or participate in it. Senator Brown, we have a few seconds left. What do you see as the biggest issues of this race?
Biggest issues are who's going to keep the economy going. And we've seen Ohio's unemployment rate go from 10.5% 10 years ago unemployment to under 7.5% now. And we've seen with the Auto Rescue and Trade Enforcement and Recovery Act move in the right direction. And it's the stark contrast. You go back with sort of to the Romney-Bush trickle-down, and the voters are going to reject trickle-down and understand that it's Clinton, Obama, focus on the middle class and grow from there. And that's the whole story in many ways.
I think you've got it nailed. Senator Sherrod Brown, sherrodbrown.com. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, my friend.
I wish you the very best. Good luck on this race.